Hello everybody, this is Dr. Saigo. Welcome to Module 4 of Global Perspectives in Sustainability. As usual, I have a handful of slides for you, so let's just get started. This week, the topic is economic sustainability. So we can think about this in terms of, is it possible for businesses to make money while still caring about people and the planet? It might seem like those are mutually exclusive goals, but we're going to talk about how they are connected and all part of broader sustainability. So here are some definitions of terms that you'll be seeing in your resources this week. First of all, economic sustainability in the top left rectangle. This is the idea of being able to meet today's needs while ensuring future generations can meet theirs by balancing economic growth with environmental and social responsibility. Next, what is globalization? In the top right, this is increasing connections among countries through the exchange of goods, services, information, and culture. In the bottom left, we have what is greenwashing. Greenwashing is when a company or a business makes misleading claims about the environmental benefits of a product, service, or the organization or the company itself. And then the last one in the bottom right is what is social capital. Social capital is the network of trust and cooperation between a business and the community. So some key points about economic sustainability are that we try to meet the needs of today without sacrificing the future. We need to balance economic goals with environmental and social impacts. And this can be done by shifting focus from short-term gains to long-term value. One way I like to think about this is, say that you have anything that you're trying to make it last, right? So maybe, here's one. My family loves the pumpkin pies from Costco. Those gigantic, if you don't have a Costco, these are big, like pizza-sized pumpkin pies, but they're only seasonal. So we will buy a couple of extra pies and try to make room for them in the freezer because they stop selling them after the winter holidays. So if we want to still have one in January, because one of my kids has a January birthday, and believe it or not, instead of cake, we like pumpkin pie. So we will buy an extra pumpkin pie, and then we try to make them last. Like, we don't want to just have a pie every week if we only have one or two left in the freezer. This sounds really crazy, I know. Who hoards pie? But anyway, so we will try to make those last. And if that were a resource that we needed for, say, a business, then our business would be sustained longer into the future by using that resource wisely and not using it all up right at the beginning to just enjoy it as much as we can while we have it. But if we use it responsibly and sort of space it out and just use what we need at the time, it will last longer. It will sustain our demand for pumpkin pie longer into the new year. Anyway, that just popped into my head. So let's talk about some key economic sustainability strategies. And here we have 6. The first one is that we should try to use resources that can be replaced and don't harm the environment. So if we're looking at this from the perspective of a business, that business could try to use resources that can be replenished, that will not just be depleted and then not be renewable. So strategy number 2, we could try to use less energy, create less waste, and cut down on pollution while making our products. So during the manufacturing process, we can try to be as efficient as possible in terms of what we use and what we put out in waste products. Number 3, we can choose packaging that's easy to recycle, or that will break down naturally, or that uses less material. Any of those three packaging related choices could help be more sustainable. Number 4, we can use fuel efficient vehicles and plan delivery routes to save energy and reduce pollution. Number 5, we can work with communities and build trust to create long-lasting partnerships that help everyone. And these might be the communities that we source our materials from. So it might be the community of workers that help us gather resources that go into making our product. It could also be the communities that are around our, if there's sourcing, then there's manufacturing. So it might be the communities that work in our manufacturing plants or around those, making sure that we have a good relationship with them so that we have a happy community and that we're not creating a lot of pollution by our production. And it can also be, communities all along the line of transporting our materials, or the retailers that wholesale our products and then retail them out to our end consumers. So any of those parts of community around the business, it's good for business longevity to have good relationships with the people around your business. And then number 6 is to make sure that everyone involved, from material sources, harvesters, miners, if it's a fabric or fashion company, maybe it's textile producers or fabric dyers that make the colorful dyes onto the fabric. Anywhere along that, people involved in the business are treated fairly and that they have access to opportunities and resources. So for Module 4, here are the things that you'll be turning in. You will have a discussion post due Thursday by midnight, and the topic this week is greenwashing. And this assignment, I think you can be creative and maybe even have a little bit of fun. So you'll need to find an example of a product label or advertisement, commercial, something that makes a sustainability related claim. So this might be something like an eco-friendly or all natural or zero emissions or some kind of claim that relates to sustainability, and share that example. So if it's an image or a video of the commercial, share it so that we can all see what you're talking about. And then I want you to do something to either improve that ad, to remove the greenwashing and make it honest, or for fun, you can go all in and make it worse. Just like sell it even worse. Use what you know about greenwashing and making claims, and pretend you're your evil twin or something, and really try to just greenwash the heck out of that thing. So I look forward to reading those. Then read what some classmates have written and do 2 classmate responses by Sunday at midnight. Be sure you check the instructions for the questions that you need to incorporate into your responses. And then the short paper this week, also due Sunday by midnight, has to do with efforts in sustainability. So read the instructions. You'll be choosing a sustainability issue and then discussing human contributions to that problem and some steps that could be taken to make it more sustainable at the individual, like at the single person level, the business level, and a broader community level. So 3 different levels of improving sustainability. So go ahead and be sure to check the guidelines and rubrics so that you don't miss anything important in that paper. I'm looking forward to reading those. So for Module 4, this is the one big thing. And I was thinking about how to phrase this, but see if this works for you. Prosperity and sustainability can coexist when we use resources wisely, treat everyone fairly, and plan for a better future. So keep that in your mind this week while you go over the resources and do the reading and watching the videos. And I'm looking forward to reading your greenwashing posts and your papers. If you have any questions, please get in touch. I am here to help. Have a great week.